This is a direct message to those who call themselves educated, thinkers, leaders, and anyone who's ever taken a paycheck and believed they understood the system. If you can read between the lines, you already know this message is not just words. It's a signal, part of something bigger. This is a real challenge, a test of intelligence, integrity, and depth. Because while the surface world, the so-called 3D world, has its place without characters and morals, it all collapses. The world is on a stage right now, a kind of World Series of consciousness. And the irony is that most don't even know they're in the game. So here's the real question. Can you evolve past labels, past ego, and past systems, and still live with principles when no one's watching? How you interpret this message says everything about you, not me. I'm just a messenger. And as for who I work for, well, I guess that's for you to figure out. When this came on last year, I had the most beautiful visions. And I saw you saving me. But the truth is, this time I see me saving you. Because you know, I genuinely love you. All of you. I think you're all fucked up. I think you're all right fucked up with all the sex shit and the raping shit and you're all a bunch of nut jobs. And I'm okay with it. I asked last year at this time for the world's best story and $100 billion a day, but I didn't need any payment. I don't even have a funnel. I just saw you do all the work because last year I was starting to lose the beauty in this world and you all brought it back. That was the deal. Everyone had to work together and everyone had a role to play and everybody did it. So that's a big win. I would say that's the resurrection. It's Monday. We just are celebrating Easter first because we're celebrating right now going back right to our roots and the indigenous people. Fuck, that was the best documentary when I got to interview how beautiful that culture was. How they really respect women. If you knew their heritage and how things were, and these big warrior men were, but like how they respected. And if you know history, white man took that away. The white man took that away. So I think it's kind of fair that we say, you know what, fuck. We were assholes, and we come together and say we were assholes and give them the justification that they deserve. Because, quite frankly, they deserve to be angry, right? Just like I deserve to be angry about the shit that happened to me. And anybody who doesn't recognize that, it triggers my anger. And why we're angry? Because of narcissists who don't see what their actions do to make us angry. Right? So that's what needed, people just want to feel justified and heard. And when we start to lose attention on things and we start to go, it's because something in that person we lost, and that's where we lost our connection, and we needed to reconnect. And the fact of the matter is, our phones became the number one thing that people were, they held the most attention. So you have to get the most on your phone and be able to figure out how to communicate through your phone to the rest of the world somehow, some way. Anyway, right? And everybody was trying to do that, but so separate. And until you look at the whole thing in the universe, but you have to break free from all of those things in order to piece everything together so that you hold no judgments to any of them. And because I was so neutral because of everything, I guess that's why I got
picked for this, because when my memories had to line up and everything had to make sense, and that's why we had to heal on all levels because of all abuse. On the flip side, right? And play all roles, because I know I'm not racist, so I can play a racist any day. Put me in, right? And that's where we're at the highest level. And then we all get to heal, because it just goes to show, and you have that and that legacy and those things, and you even need the villains. Like, that's why we became villains. You made me into a villain. I had to become one. And the truth is, I became more creative and angry even at you people, because you scare me, right? That's the truth. I wouldn't get that angry and lippy if I wasn't scared and meet nobody. Nobody. So you think that's a bit nuts? That's nuts. Like a nut person. But now we all know why, so it's like everybody's equal in that, because nobody knows what my next move is except for me, and then I realize I don't even know, so I'm equal to you people. So that when I can't get on my high horse and think I'm number one, like I do for like a joke, for like whatever, but let's face it, who's the arrogant one in the relationship here? It's not me. It's not me. Right? So who took that role gladly? It was like, I'll be arrogant, right? He's allowed to be, because I think it's funny, because that's my alter ego, or my friends, right? Like, I can see all you guys being arrogant as fuck, and I think it's funny, because at this point you guys definitely deserve to be. So that's funny to me. So in a way, that's how I play arrogant, because it's like I see you guys do, because it's funny. You know, and then I'll play it for a minute in a role, but that's not how I really feel. That's why I guess I'm not really, it's like I'm not a type, I've never been that type of a competitive person. I just never was. And that's why I guess I just make a joke, because I was like, I don't even think, or I would, like, the flip side, hurt myself, right? And then girls get whiny, or what do those other guys do? Like a Chris Farley does that and then creates a joke. So it's a different way of getting attention. Either way, so it's either you're crying like a whiny bitch, or you're trying to create more jokes, right? So it's the same thing eventually. It all leads back to the same thing in a circle. You can see there's one extreme to the other, and then the first thing you got to do is find out your fucking doppelganger in the world. That's a real fucking thing. That's not even a fake thing. So then you're like, oh fuck, and then you realize you got a whole bunch, and then you're like, this is a fucking clone situation. We got to tie in, and that's what the Ghostbusters thing is, right? So you got the fucking Ghostbusters fucking thing, the trap. So we start going around with the trap, and I said, you just make up bullshit stories, like, because I don't even care, about your stories. You guys wrote me into this. Fucking, I'm hacked. I know that when the CIA apologizes to me in my head so clearly, and NASA, they apologize to me in my head, right? Like, so clearly I see that. So then you guys look like dummies, and then you had to send in all the other, like, this was a big thing. So then realistically, I have to think here. I'm like, hold on, this is fucked up, because realistically, that would mean like all of you guys would have had to be investigated. That's why I had to lose my Google account, even, because I'm sure Google was in shit. Like, they had a plan or whatever, but they're like, shit, India's gonna think we're fucking around with them. We're bringing in Allah and fucking gods and the Hindu gods. Everybody's gonna fucking shit themselves, right? That we're doing this is super offensive, so they're gonna think. So we poked at the Middle East. How? Because we're trying to save the princess. Because that's fucked up shit. Because that's really scary. And now I could actually say, like, buddy, that guy's a sick. Like, we got to do something about that. Can't even like that. Like, that's why there's not a lot of jokes. Right? Like, Russell Peters knows. He didn't even make a joke. He was like, I think cultured humor is so funny. So if everybody's taking offense to everything, then what the hell are we going to do? That's dumb. That's my favorite type of humor. Because, like, that's when I grew up. We were different cultures. Like, we made fun of our parents. So they were stupid. I have dumb European parents on, like, I like the split. My dumb that European dad. And then my like, how that, like, so strict and asshole. And then, my stepfather, so he's a traditional, like, a North American who's the pedophile, and then the fucking, And then you can go to, like, right there, right? So it depends on who's talking or what that is. When it goes back to my story and myself, when I realize it's real, I can go on a rant. But then you bring me back to my stepfather, who I had to repeat something. I had to repeat that abuse. And people talk about it, but no. I had to relive it. Which means I had to, like, that physical, all of that. To a point of, you know what? Because you have to release it. And that's what sex is. It's a release. That's what masturbation is. So you have to allow those thoughts. So that's the difference of, I don't believe in even cheating on somebody in their thoughts. Like, you get, that's why everything's intentions. So that's why this has been a long thing, and I've never even talked to Jim, because my morals and my principles, like, and I even separate, once I got mind fucked into a marriage, I was so honest about it. I was honest with Steve. Like, that's why he knows, because I was honest, because I was not going to be lying. Like, I don't do that to move, like, because, and that's why I don't talk to Jim, because I'm still in a situation with Steve, even though I'm single. We're not in a relationship. We're getting a divorce. Like, we filed for that last year. We haven't had sex, like, intercourse or whatever. Like, that's it. He understands my abuse. I've been honest about that. So we still have, but he plays an avatar version, and it's like a difference. That is what it is, and I've been honest about that, and but that's like, in my head, Jim's been the one dictating this whole thing, because it's like that's why when they pull on my head, it's like the Pinocchio Geppetto with the fucking thing, and I can't even get away from him anyways. Like that, I've seen that so many times. He had to even tell me. So I'm like, okay, so I have to have faith. That's what keeps me. That's funny, but it's like every day. So I'm like, well, obviously, and then I see if like somebody's somebody else, and then I go, okay, well, would Jim be insecure about that if that was true? Yeah, okay, so like that's just accurate. That's just like logical, because I've already done it. Like, I've already seen it in a movie or whatever else, right? It's like even this weird process. Like, when Jenny comes in here and does a switch, you guys are telling the story and trying to say it like they've fallen back in love and got back together. Well, they did have to redo that, of course, and then heal, and the spirits, but that's how they passed it to me, and that's why Jenny became my friend, and then that's why she's helped me. Same thing with Renee, same thing, but when it goes to the other side, so I can see where their intentions were in that relationship, and his exes were the good ones, and ones that didn't have good intentions, because then I help, and then we become friends, because that part's done. Like, we've moved on, right? We've relived it in a way that, okay, so we work through the hurt and stuff. And it's the same thing, like the thing with Olivia, like, you made me like that same thing, like that feelings based on, to tie in this situation, so I could heal my real life situations, everything that passes it on to that next person, It's in a different reality. It's true, in a different reality that happened, but wouldn't it rather live that out through your head and clear it and work through the emotions to heal our past? And that's how we've layered this, so that when we actually come together, that's why we're in a pandemic. Like, everybody can be we're in a pandemic, and everybody can connect the way they need to connect, and everybody that's in this messages in particular. Like, you gotta think, this is like the ground floor. This is the beginning. This is like, everybody understands the MLM thing, so this is like the beginning of a new MLM, the whole thing, the ground floor, but like a good one. So we're reconstructing the goddamn pyramids, but in a good way, and then we're kicking all the stupid fucks out, right? And then you realize it's because they're clone versions of us. They're the shit versions. And that's a real thing. So we've been all the things. So if you haven't been all the things, you're a dumb fuck. That's the conclusion. So you're dumb and you're smart. So everybody's an idiot, equal, and everybody's smart. So now that's like, boom, choose your avatar. So how it works, the training, I just made this bullshit thing up. I said, the world's largest trivia game, because I got too tired to make up anything else. And then I said, well, I'll be bigger than Amazon. So I got to challenge Jeff. And I did that. And I know that because he's always here. So that's why I can make fun of him, because I see him like a regular person. But like, that's how it is. Like, so that's what you guys did. So I'm like, well, then tell me about business. What are we going to do? Because then tell me what to do. So why would I talk to regular people, like, in the flesh, when I'm getting better information? So my sources are the best, which means I have the best security, because if I can see you like that means you can see me. You wouldn't hurt me. That's how, like, you wouldn't do that. And because that's a mind fuck for you, because now you know that's a real thing about the death. So, like that's the mind fuck. It's like that's a real thing. Like God and Satan, that's a real fucking thing. Like you die and your spirit goes, and we have a way of like a system now. So now you can be on the ground floor of the system and then filter the people. And who cares? And then everybody gets to be their own like superstar celebrity, right? But you get to do it on your own terms and fuck these people, fuck the crowds, right? Fuck them. Like we do it the way and just get them all riled up. So you need the fucking fuckers. Make a better show. So that's what it is. Elegantly Outrageous World Game is I just fucked with you people. Like back. You fucked me, I fucked you back. You hacked me, I fucking just said, fuck, I'm going with it then. But I don't I'm like, this has to be because I get, that's what I said, I'll get a message that comes through, like when I said the Puff Daddy thing or whatever, it comes and it says Puff Daddy instead of saying P. Diddy. And for a timeline, and then because we're trying to do that thing with Biggie. We're trying to get that solved. That's the thing we're doing. Right? So then people go, oh my God, this bitch is really crazy telling the truth. And she's deaf. That's a real thing. She's deaf. Why do you think I'm fucking Brad's twin? He's fucking deaf. He was. And then he about to pass it to me, bitch. He gave me more death. But at least now he's getting back to life. That's how it works. Right? So that's how we did that. So that's how that circled back around. Because that's why I can tell these guys off too. Because they've been here for so long. Right? So that's a new Fight Club thing. So, yeah, I like it, I guess. But it's hard because I've been doing it only in this world like a psychopath, and that's a schizophrenic. For real, that's what at least they describe it as. But you people, they give the fucking awards to.
Welcome to the Elegantly Outrageous Personal Development Institute. Meet our first Elegantly Outrageous avatar, Candace. The foundation of our personal development programs are based on Candace's real-life story. When the Elegantly Outrageous Personal Development Institute expanded, it turned into a game, one that was created to help you find the best possible version of yourself. So pay attention to the clues because everything is there for a reason and nothing you see ever is a coincidence. Are you truly comfortable, confident, and happy in your own skin? Then why do you feel you should disguise your own inner contentment? The Elegantly Outrageous programs are designed to help you overcome life's paradox. Understanding what it means to love yourself is the key to resolving conflict, especially your own inner conflict, which we are all struggling with in so many areas. The Elegantly Outrageous programs are playfully hidden in plain sight to help you pay attention to your next clue for personal development. How can you become the best possible version of yourself? Play the game.